Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining us and please consider subscribing. If you're returning, welcome back, and also please consider subscribing. I love it when people subscribe to the channel. So today we have a little bit of a Zillabeau haul. It's just a couple things. This is a little bit of a big box. But I've been obsessed with one of the collections that Zillabeau offers. If you don't know Zillabeau, they are a retailer out of New Jersey that specializes in Korean and some Japanese gels, but mostly Korean products. All their products are super nice, non-toxic, just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And there is this one collection I've been swooning over. Clearly, I was late to the game to get it because it didn't come in its special box. So that's why it came in this box. I'm not surprised by that. But there's all the packaging it came in. So I also got these couple of things from the Zillabeau website. I've been looking at these for a while. And so I'm excited to get these because I struggle with ombre. And these are supposed to make ombre super duper doable. So I don't want to like mess up the packaging too much because I do like to keep all this cool Korean packaging, but this is called the Milk Pong, and it comes with all of these sponges. These sponges are supposed to be different than just like these typical cosmetic grade sponges. So let's open these and see how they feel, if they feel different. Okay, they kind of do actually. So like, I don't know how to describe it. These feel like super soft and almost velvety. These don't feel as dense. Interesting. We'll see how they kind of change the ombre game if they do. But I saw Long Hair Pretty Nails use these and she loved them. And I've seen them in a couple other places and people really, really loved them. So we'll see. I also got their easy picker tool to help pick it up. And this is what it looks like. Then you press this and like, the claws come out. And it reminds me of like those claw games to pick up toys and stuff. Cool. Okay. Let's see. And then you just kind of like boop, 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 boop for ombre. But I did have this, and I hated how when I was using it, I noticed like the sponge would pop off as I was, see, it just popped right off as I was using it. So even as I'm beginning to use it, wow, yeah, this Amazon Find doesn't work as well. Look at that. Okay, yeah, see, it pops right off. So this is already a better picker. I also noticed when this does pick things up, it almost like, see, it does this. You see that? I don't know. It dimples it. Whereas this Milk Pong already is not dimpling it. It goes out wider too. Look at this. Look at the width differences, length and width. That's a big difference. This works so much easier. This is kind of hard to use, hard to maneuver. And when you pick up with this, it does not dimple. Okay, so this is an interesting little situation. We'll play with it. We'll play with it. I have some things in mind to try out for today's video. Okay, so now, yeah, I didn't order these earlier. This is the really popular neon collection from Tiny. Ooh, and it came in this other box before, but clearly they sold out of the box. So now I don't get the fancy box. I just get it in this, which is okay. Ooh, I still get the display card though. That's cute. Now all of these cool colors. Oh, I love this color already. Let me move my box to the side and start taking these colors out to show you. Now, a couple months ago, I bought the First Street collection. These are similar, but the First Street collection is more of a jelly, and it's very thick to use. And I wanted something that was more opaque and full cover. And Long Hair Pretty Nails did a video on these. Emily Susanna did. And they raved about them. And so I was like, I really want them. I really want them. But they were sold out for so long. And finally they came back in stock. So here we are. So I'm so excited to kind of test these out. See how they go. Let's put these in number order. I bet they already are in number order. They sure are. And then we can swatch. These came in number order. I love the details Zillabeau puts in with everything. Okay, so let's start with number 118. I also am trying to decide, like, I have never tried the opaque tiny colors. I have a syrup collection of nudes from them, but I want to see how their opaque line works, because I really want to like invest in a bottled line. I have a bunch of Nail Thoughts and they're good. I have a Prey and I really like a Prey a lot. I have F Gel and I really like F Gel a lot. But I wanted to see how Tiny performed as well, so I can make an informed decision about which one I like. Okay, first things first. Great consistency. Not too thick, not too thin. Full cover, pretty much right away. And self levels, very nice. So first impression, it's pretty good so far. I will do 2 coats of everything. Oh, I'm like already excited for this color. I will say, though, that Kokoist just came out with like a summer line that has a bunch of really amazing pink tones in it. And I ordered a few of them, so I'm excited. Okay, another thing I'm noticing is this gel smells pleasant. Like, not in a bad way. It's a fine gel. But, like, I noticed this with the purple. There's like a little, like, something or other on this. Could be on the swatch, maybe. Let me see what happens if I clean the next swatch, because there's like little dusties on these. But the self-leveled fast. The strokes, brush strokes went away very quick. So let me do this next one with a little alcohol to wipe the swatch. And see if that changes things here. But this one's 120. Ooh, and yeah, pink is all the rage this summer because Barbie. So I definitely want in on that fun. So I noticed also when I had the syrup tiny gels that I really like the brush handle. I didn't think I would because it's a long handle, but I really like it a lot. Like this nice little groove to hold it. It's the right weight. It's balanced nicely. It's a nice handle for sure. Okay. So that one didn't have any like stuff in it. So maybe it's the swatch sticks that had some dust on it. This is a pretty coral. Ooh, I actually like this a lot. This is nice. It reminds me of a Nail Thoughts color. But yeah, I want to compare some bottled brands because I really want like more bottled colors. And if I'm going to invest in something, I want it to be something like a really nice brand I like a lot. such a nice color. I like that a lot. One looks a little creamsicle on the bottle. Let's see how it looks when you take it out. Not so creamsicle, a little more neon-y. I will say these are pretty colors. They're very vibrant and bright, but they're not like an obnoxious neon. And personally, I like obnoxious neon. But these are still very bright, still very nice for the summer. Great color. And yeah, they have this really interesting smell to them. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Let's take, maybe if I'm ready to take these out. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to reapply coat 2. But as you can see, like coat 1 looks really nice. These are so nice, actually. Okay. Let's do coat 2. I love this purple. I do. These are very nice. I think I like the opaque colors, the way they move, better than the syrup colors. Ooh. Hair. That must be me. I don't think that's the bottles. I think that's me. My hair, my dog's hair gets everywhere. I don't know how to explain how these smell. It's not bad. It's like a little sweet. A little sweet. They're nice. Pretty, pretty pink. It's a soft, pretty pink. I don't know if you really need 2 coats of this. I feel like it makes it thick. Not too thick. Not nearly as thick as the First Street is. First Street is very thick. Sometimes you do need a second coat, I think, actually, of the tiny. Interesting. Interesting. Pretty orange color. Okay, so I'm going to let those do a full cure in the lamp, and then I'm going to top coat them as well. But while we're waiting for that, I think I'll show you the tiny swatches. Not the tiny, I'm sorry, the First Street. So these are such pretty colors. Like, I have nothing bad to say about the colors. They're just syrups, and they're thick. They're very thick. So there are going to be times when I want that kind of consistency. And then there are going to be times when I want something that's more opaque or thinner. I Both are really luxury high-end brands from Zillabeau. Both are beautiful, just different. Just different. And I'll show you how thick the First Street is. First Street is so thick. It's beautiful, but very thick. Pretty pretty though. Okay, so let's take these out so that I can top coat all of them, and then we'll move towards doing the second half of these tiny colors. Okay, so these will cure for a minute. Now let's look at these other 5 colors. Okay, so this is like a pastel-y yellow. Ooh, like that color a lot. I don't think it'll look good on my skin, but I think that for someone with a richer skin tone than I, this could look amazing. It's a beautiful color. I mean, it would be fine on me. It's just not my favorite look for myself. I tend to do better with jewel tones. This color I'm super excited about. I love neon yellows, but I find that neon yellows can quickly and easily look green. So I'm nervous to see how this one does. I put way too much color on this brush. Ooh, pretty, pretty. I like that a lot. Okay. Onto more of a green color. I do like green a lot. That's nice. Then we have this aqua color. I'm excited for. Ooh, that's a rich color. That's pretty. The coverage is so nice. The application is very nice of this polish. And then this is supposed to be more of an electric blue, but it's not electric enough. Like, I want a bright neon blue, and I haven't found anything bright enough yet, except the wtih inks. But I tried painting with them, my nails, my whole nail. You can't paint your whole nail with an art ink, but it's my favorite electric blue. I'll show it to you right now. Let me get it. with this electric blue. It's close. It's very close to the tiny color, just not as muted. This is so bright, but it has to be an art ink and used as an art ink, not used as a polish. Okay, so once this is done curing, we'll do the second coat, then we'll top coat, and then what we're going to do is we're going to play with the Milk Pong to ombre. But after, I'm also going to compare Tiny to F-Gel and Apres to see which line I tend to gravitate more towards, which bottle line. If I'm looking at potted colors, I tend to go right to Kokoist. But I'm trying to suss out my favorite bottled line. Okay. Okay, let's do the second coat now. It's interesting, like when you do the second coat, it actually doesn't apply smoother. Usually second coats are smoother than the first. This one's not smoother on the second coat. That's interesting to me. I love this green. I feel like I have to do something with this green sooner or later. This is such a fun summer green. Fun color. What a fun, fun color. Okay, last but certainly not least is the blue. Let's see. Oh, there's hair in this one. How did hair get in? Ugh, got it though. Okay, now all of these will cure for 60 seconds. So while those cure, I'm going to choose which colors I want to try an ombre with. And I think it will be this color. And I can do this since they're so close. I'm just going to do those two. So what I'll do is I'll do the whole nail in this color. Oh, I love this color. It's so nice. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And while that sits, I'm going to find my palette. I know I have a palette. Where is it? Don't know where my palette went, so we'll have to use my Kokoist palette instead. But actually, before we jump into that, let me top coat these. quickly top coat before I start doing the ombre. I'm just top coating with, I think, is this Macart? Yeah, it's just something I grabbed on Amazon a while back. When I am doing my nails, I top coat usually with either F Gel or Kokoist. Those are my two favorite top coats. But I had this and it's economical to use for my swatches. So we will roll with this. Okay. So this is going to cure for a minute. While that cures, I'll also cure that. Okay. So, you know what? I do know where my palette went. My disposable palette, I should say. Here it is. We're going to use this. And let's put a little bit of this on there so that we can use that to ombre with. I'm going to take out 3 sponges because I'm going to compare Tiny to F Gel to Apres when it comes to ombreing. Ooh, look at that. And then let's just see what happens. Okay. Can you see the color difference? I don't even know because they're so close in color. So my issue with cosmetic sponges is it feels like it just soaks up the color and then doesn't deposit it on the nail. So that's why I wanted this, because I wanted something that didn't do that. I wanted it to really like deposit. And I think it is. I think it's just hard to tell because of how close the colors are to each other. Okay, let's cure that. I think I need to try colors that aren't as super, super close to each other. So let me try this color with that pink. I think these will show up better on each other. Like, you should do colors that will blend with each other, that are close to each other. But those two were just so close, it was hard to see them contrasting. Oh, I don't need to do 2 coats of that. Okay. Let's try this one for another round of pink. It definitely deposits onto the nail. I do see an ombre. I do see it. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's try this again with the orange though. It definitely deposits the color. definitely does that. Like, I feel like the cosmetic sponges just drink up all the color and you can't see any, and it doesn't deposit it. And so it's like you're just wasting so much color. I want to get a clean side of this really quickly to like better smush it in. Okay, let's try that for a second one. Interesting. Let's see what happens when we top coat this. I think it does do a nice job of ombreing. Wow, I've never been able to ombre so nicely. It does do the ombre nice. Let me even compare it to what happens when I use a sponge like this. So, first of all, these Milk Pong sponges are much smaller. So let's cut one of these sponges so it can be of comparable size. Boop, boop. Okay. Okay, so I think this compares to this. And I'll even keep, ooh, this thingy got some polish on it. Ooh, the little claws got polish all on them. Ooh, I'm such a mess. I'm not a professional nail tech, guys, just a reminder of that. Okay, before I move forward, let me do one more coat of this to really see what happens with this ombre. Okay. Yes. Okay, let me cure that. Okay. Ooh, you're going to go over here. Okay, let me do another one of these. So that I can compare the cosmetic sponge to the Milk Pong sponge. We already know that the picker does make a difference. I've already established that. But let's see if the sponges really do make a difference. So again, this was the first one. Now it's top coated. And that's a good ombre. What a nice ombre. I'm happy with that. Let's see about this one. Oh, that's going to need to get top coated. Let's top coat that. Ooh, yeah. Top coat just really makes everything come to life. Yeah, that's a nice ombre. Okay, now let's take this one with the cosmetic sponge and try to ombre. Okay, so first thing, I need a little bit more polish. Okay. Okay, it's not depositing as much as I would have liked. And it's like sticking. When you apply it, it like sticks. So it needs more polish. to get color. Okay. And so let me use one of the clean ends of the sponge to try to blot it out a little. All right, well, I'll cure that and see what happens with a second coat of it. Okay, again, here is the Milk Pong sponges. This ombre is great. There's like a little bit of like a technical error I made here, but overall, like, these are great. This is such a subtle ombre because the colors are so close to each other, but I think you can see it. Yeah, much better than when I do any other way of ombreing. All right, let's try a little bit more art paint for the next round of this ombre. Okay, I'm not going to put any more on there because I think I put plenty of paint on there. So let's just make do with what we have. Now I'm going to cure that. Put this over here. And so while that's drying, let's test out what happens with F-Gel. So it's been a minute since I've applied any F-Gel at all. This is from the cereal collection. I love this collection in the fall. And I have to say, like, the F-Gel bottles are, like, beautiful. Okay, F-Gel also applies so nice. So nice. F-Gel's a gorgeous line. Like, the bottles are beautiful. The colors are beautiful. So, like, I mean, Tiny's bottles are gorgeous too. But, like, these are just so, like, razzle-dazzle. Pretty. Okay, let's take this ombre out and top coat it so that we can compare it. While this is curing, I should label this one. I'll just take out my nail art pen to write on this swatch stick. Milk Pong. So I'll know that one. Which one's which? Okay. So when it comes to application, I really love the F-Gel application. I might like it as much, if not more, than the Tiny. I don't know. They're very similar. Let me do 2 coats of the F-Gel color before I really think out how I feel about that. Okay. And I know people paint with the Tiny line. Pretty sure people paint with F-Gel as well. But I think if you're going to paint, I would go more towards a potted gel anyway. So I'd go with Kokoist for painting. But you can paint with F-Gel. So, kind of liked how F-Gel applied more than I liked how Tiny applied. But Tiny's still nice. Okay, let's compare. Milk Pong Cosmetic Sponge. I can 100% see a difference. So first of all, way more color deposited with this. Secondly, with this one, there's like a line of demarcation. So without a doubt, Milk Pong all the way. Much better way to ombre. Much, much better. So that answers that question for me. Is the Milk Pong really that much of a game changer? And in my opinion, yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so while that F gel cures, I'm going to take this other F gel color so we can ombre with these two colors to see how F gel ombres. Okay. Oh yeah, the way it deposits is just gorgeous. It deposits so much, so nicely. And I don't want there to be a line of demarcation. So what I'll do is I will flip the sponge over and use a clean side to kind of mush it out, you know, remove that demarcation, hopefully. Let's do a second coat. Might need a little bit more of the F gel. What a pretty terracotta color this is for the fall. I love the cereal line from F gel. It's very pretty. Okay. Whoopsies. Here we go. Okay, and now let's flip this so that we can clear up this line of demarcation. Okay, let's just go with that. That's good enough for now. So the F gel didn't ombre as easily, I don't think, as Tiny did. But that could also be the colors were different. I don't know. We have to also wait until I top coat. But while that's waiting, we're going to look at Apres next. So I don't have two Apres colors that are like the same color, just different shades of it. So we're going to have to work with what we got. So I'm going to start with this Plum Out of Luck color. I also really like the Apres line. Love the Apres line, actually. I think that it's a very good polish. And I love that the brushes in the bottle are like super thin and rounded at the edge. I do love their brushes. Okay, right off the jump, Tiny applies better. However, if you just give this a minute, it looks gorgeous. it's gorgeous. Like, it self-levels very fast. You don't worry about that. Need to worry about that at all. So let's top coat this. Oh yeah. Okay. The top coating smooths everything out, but the F gel wasn't like the best to ombre with. Not as nice as the tiny. Like, the tiny ombre is so nice. The tiny ombre is so ridiculously nice. Okay. So we'll do a second coat of this red. I do love this Plum Out of Luck red. This is such a nice color in the fall. Okay, when you apply the second coat of Prey, it applies smoother than when you apply a second coat of Tiny. That's interesting. Oh, this is such a beautiful color. Okay, so while that is cooking, let's do the gray for a Prey to get that ready. Let's see how these colors ombre with each other, the red and the gray. This is also a very pretty color. Sebastian Spots. Pretty. I really love this little doohickey. It's great. Just waiting. Yeah, I love this little investment. This was great. I'll have to figure out. Oh no, I didn't mean to rip that. Oh, bummer. I'll have to figure out a place to let this hang out, I suppose. Yeah, I guess that's fine that that ripped. Okay, let's ombre this red with this gray. Yeah, this is a really cool sponge. Like, it doesn't drink up the polish, so that way you can deposit it onto the nail. With a cosmetic sponge, you lose so much of the product to the sponge drinking it up. Oh yeah, that's coming along beautifully. Maybe a little bit more ink. Not ink, polish. This is the F gel. Did not ombre well. Definitely did not ombre too well. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's see this après now. Okay, let's go on the side to smudge it out. I want a little bit more gray at the bottom. Needs a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna cure that and see how all that goes. And I'm gonna clean this poor little doodad that I just have like mucked up like no one's business. Okay. Oh, you poor little thing. I mucked you all up. Clean you. Clean you. Okay. Are you clean? Oh. Okay, I think you are. Okay. Cool little doodad. Do I want to keep you in your box? A little bit, because I feel like you're going to easily get lost in the shuffle of all my other doodads. But if I keep you in the box, I'll find you quickly whenever I need you. Just going to put you in here. Put the mold pong right there. Let's see what happens when this comes out of the lamp. Okay, now let's top coat this. Interesting. It was okay. It's an okay ombre. All right. While that is curing, let's take a minute to compare the tiny neon collection to the First Street neon collection. So I'm going to put the tiny in some sort of like colored order. All right. Okay, so here is the tiny collection. So pretty. Now let's look at this First Street collection. So I guess that would go with that. That would go with that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, but like there is a difference, I would say. 201, 202, 198, 200, 199. Okay. So I would say this is probably supposed to go with that, 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 that goes with that. Okay. I must be missing a color from First Street. Am I? So sorry, must be. Oh well. I'm so pretty. Am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, First Street only has 9 colors. So as you can see, they're similar. It's interesting. The First Street collection is actually brighter than the Tiny collection. I wasn't expecting that. The First Street is more vibrant than the Tiny. But the First Street, like I said, is much thicker and is a syrup color. So I guess it depends on if you like really thick gels or if you like gels that are more on the thin side. This isn't a thin gel, I wouldn't say, but it's certainly not like a crazy thick gel. It's nice. Now let's look at these ombres so I can compare. Okay, so F-Gel did not ombre well. I mean, that's not F-Gel. Well, that's Apres, and Apres didn't ombre well. F-Gel didn't ombre well, but Tiny ombreed very well. That's interesting. That could also just because of how close the colors are that make it easier. I wonder what would have happened if I did this a third time or this a third time. Maybe I just need to work on my ombre skills. But that is today's haul. Comment below. Tell me what you think. I do love F-Gel. I do love Apres a lot. And I like Tiny a lot. It's hard for me to say if I like Tiny or Apres more. It's hard for me to pick one bottled line. I think my favorite bottle line might be Apres though. I think it really might be. Even though it didn't ombre poorly either. I don't know. I need more time to think through what my favorite line is. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I really want to buy a complete line. So I can have a complete line. Look, Apres even has their logo on their brush. A lot of detail goes into Apres. But any hoots, that is today's video. Thank you for joining.